we'll get over the double.
Hello, my name is Paul Jones. I'm Exhibition Manager of the Warley National Model Railway Exhibition, which I'm sure most railway modellers know is held the last weekend in November at the NEC traditionally, and this year those dates are the 26th and 27th of November in Hall 5. The show has been a great success over recent years, and the proven formula of the last few years will continue for this year's show. The exhibition will contain around 90 working model railway layouts. It will have about 150 trade stands, including the main manufacturers to the hobby, and we shall have demonstrations by experts in their field, from the shows you how type demonstration to the specialist demonstrator showing the finer points of building a model railway. We have a junior section, and we are fully supported by the railway societies, model railway societies, and a selection of preservation lines who are regulars to our events. I thought it might be just worth mentioning some of the main features. Firstly, our sponsors to the show are once again PICO, publishers of course of the Rail Modeller and Continental Modeller, and if you go to those magazines you'll find full update between now and the show as to what's going on, details of some of the layouts, features on some of the layouts that you'll see at the show. So it'll give you a taste for what is to come. Of course, Bachmann, who've been our sponsor for a long time, in fact longer than the NEC show itself, they'll be there in their new style stand, which I think will be interesting to see. And also Graham Farish. And we have a new sponsor this year. We welcome Creasy Publications, publishers of aircraft and also railway books, coming to the show for the first time, and we wish them a most enjoyable and satisfactory experience with us. Looking at some of the layouts, we have in larger scale, particularly this year, celebrating 100 years of the death of Sir Arthur Heywood, 3 layouts featuring estate railways, and they come from Paul Towers, Mick Bartlett and Peter Ledley, and they're in a variety of scales, 1/24 and 009 scales, and that also includes Effie, which is a reproduction of one of Sir Arthur Heywood's original locomotives, which is joining us for the weekend from the Cleethorpes Light Railway. In Gauge 1, the Midsummer Norton layout from the Gauge 1 MRA Midlands group is always popular, and we'll see live steam running on that in Gauge 1. Long trains always create an impression. Looking at 7mm scale, as ever we have a scale 7 layout. This year Hemyock from Eric Hands, a model of that delightful station in the Colne Valley. In fine scale O gauge we have Trevor Gibson's new layout Bridgewater, new to the exhibition scene. That'll be a super layout to see based on his previous layouts. I'd also make note of Frecklesham from Newport MRS, Railway of the Month in the Railway Modeller about a year ago, superb rendition of a Southern Railway terminus. And Johnstown Road from the Barrowmore MRG, featuring pre-grouping railways based in the Mid Wales area. The Summit from Yeovil MRG is based on the Settle and Carlisle line, features long trains running through appropriate scenery, and that is a super layout to see. And we have the first showing at our show of Rumbo Edge from the Warley MRC odd scale group. That I think is an 016.5 layout. In 4mm scale, one of the main features this year is the celebration of the 40th anniversary of the Scale 4 Society, and we have 5 layouts representing Scale 4. And they vary from pre-grouping right up to modern image, so a good selection celebrating that scale, and that will be supported by specialist demonstrations, displays, etc. There will be a couple of layouts in 18.2mm gauge, otherwise known as EM gauge, together with, as usual, around 20 layouts in 16.5mm gauge. Just to pull out a couple of those, Allerton Junction, modern image from Shildon MRC, should be worth seeing, and Billingham from Middlesbrough MRC, both large layouts, and something a bit unusual. We've never had at the Warley show a layout depicting the Northern Ireland Railways. So we have Bleach Green, which is from the NCC group in Belfast. One of the features of the show has always been to have an HO British outline layout. This year is no exception, and we have Burford, which is itself a historic layout presented by members of Warley MRC. In TT/3 mm scale, we have 4 layouts. They're always interesting. In a lot of ways, that was the ideal scale that was never really fully commercially followed through. So I think that'll be an interesting selection of layouts to see there. In 2 mm scale, we welcome the Model Railway Club's magnum opus Copenhagen Fields. That last appeared 5 or 6 years ago at the show, and it'll be interesting to see how that has developed. That mammoth project started back in the early 80s and has still not reached its conclusion, but is looking a mighty fine model railway. In Engage, we have a usual selection of about a dozen layouts. Pull out Berg Head by Bob Rowlands, that featured extensively in the Railway Modeller about a year ago. We've got 2 new layouts from members of Warley MRC, Little Allard Junction from Chris Morris, which is an unashamed watching the trains go by layout based on Allard Junction in South Devon. And Ed Purcell, the editor of our in-house magazine Screwlink, has produced a delightful model called Todmorden Midland. We have a layout in Z-Gauge, Stand and Watch It from Graham Jones, and then in T-Gauge we have a layout called The Bridge. This is a remarkable layout. It's a scale model of the 4th bridge in T-Gauge, and all the components have been 3D printed. Absolutely remarkable piece of work, and it must be seen. As usual, we have a good selection of overseas prototype layouts, 18 layouts in total, of which 5 have come from within Europe. I just pull out a couple of those. Hasselt 2002 from Ivo Sharpen and his wife. That is a layout. It's a huge layout, but it's run by just the 2 of them, fully computer operated, looks superb and well worth seeing. And then something very unusual from Paul de Groot from Belgium is a layout called Mahashai, and that's based on the markets of Thailand. You may have seen video of the market of Thailand where the train runs through the street and the market stalls are all folded away as a train comes through. Well, that is exactly what Paul has modelled in that particular layout, so that'll be interesting to see. We have our Collector's Corner, and this year we've got something a little bit unusual from Stephen Smith, a Trying Big Train collection, amongst 2 other layouts. Looking at other displays, we're known for our prototype inspiration layouts, and this year we're very pleased to have 6880 Betton Grange. Now this will be the first time that a Grange will have been seen complete since 1965, when the last one was scrapped. It won't have a tender, but it will be a complete locomotive. We also have a Goodbye Tardeby Group presentation. The Tardeby Group produced such layouts as Holiday Haunts, St Ives, a Western View, and due to age they're withdrawing from the exhibition circuit. So this will be a display featuring videos, photographs of their layouts, some of their stock and some of their model engineering locos that run on their 5-inch gauge line. Pete Wharton will be with us again, give us an update on his Leamington Spa layout, and we will of course have our Junior Models Workshop and Junior Models layouts and the opportunity for youngsters to have a go at operating railways. If at the show you buy any second-hand equipment and want to make sure it runs, then the Model Railway Club will be bringing their multi-scale test track once again. This has proved quite popular. Now it is known that it is there for testing those purchases. And we have a couple of junior model layouts, a layout called Anything Goes by Junior Webley, and our own Audrey St Nicholas layout for the very young at heart. Now if you want to find out more about the show, we have our own website, www.thewarleyshow.co.uk. Keep an eye on that, keeps you up to date on what's going on, and you can see listings of layouts, photographs, etc, etc. And if you want tickets, you can obtain those either from the address on our website, or if you want to go direct, go to the Ticket Factory at the NEC. The address there is www.theticketfactory.com. I do hope we will see you at the show this year. A good time is guaranteed, inspiration for everyone, a show put together by enthusiasts, for enthusiasts, where all the profits from the event remain within the hobby. It is the UK's #1 exhibition. I hope I'll see you at the show. Thank you very much for watching, and all the best of your modelling.